Hey guys, you're watching because you want and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a City. We're back over at the skate park area for a couple of reasons. Number one, you guys, I saw some suggestions to add some bikes to the skate park. I think that's a phenomenal idea. So we've actually got like bikes that we can use. I don't know if we can get right up the ramps. Oh, we can. Yeah, boy. Look at this. Can I get right up this one? I don't think so. No, I can't get right up that one, but I can pretend that it's a half pipe. So I can go shoo, and then back down again. Oh, that is so cool. Can I jump on it? I can't like bunny hop on it. But yeah, like, we're in the half pipe. Shoom. 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 Can I do it that way? Shoom. Yeah, boy! So we've got, technically, I suppose, a working skate park inside of Minecraft. I think that's really cool. And I was thinking about this area. It's the perfect area on that side for, like, people to walk and, you know, and to enjoy the sort of river. And I want to do like a couple of canal boats in here potentially. I think that would look good. It's definitely shallow enough for canal boats. And then it's the perfect location for that kids or teenagers usually hang out at in real life. People always hang out because they think it's cool. It's always a cool spot to hang out underneath overpasses. It's a place where they can graffiti on like the poles and stuff like that. They can tag them and they always chill out there, and usually it's illegal, but whatever. I thought, why not make this place, this sort of area, into a somewhat sort of sport or kid sort of friendly area, so they don't graffiti on my beautiful walls, on my beautiful bridge walls. They actually have something to do. And the red bridge, I don't know why, but it really, I might have like seen, I know quite near a property that I done up when I was a property developer, had a place like this with a skate park and stuff like that. And it was by this sort of red, almost rusty looking bridge. And it'd been graffitied and stuff like that, and it just really suited the area. So across the road, what we're going to be doing today is adding a couple of tennis courts. Now hopefully it won't take too long because I want to talk about something else towards the second part of the video. But yeah, a couple of tennis courts on this side will be absolutely great. Fenced in with some nice iron bars, so obviously like the tennis ball doesn't go into the ocean or people don't fall in there and stuff like that. But there is a couple of choices for us to make, let's say. Now, obviously, the lines, we could make the lines out of the road markings, but the only trouble is that we don't have, like, corners for that. The second option is actually using the new blocks that we have with the lines. Now, these do, I think, have corners. They don't. They've got diagonal ones, but not like straight corners. Okay, so that's that out of the way then. That's great, actually. That's sorted. So we're just going to use our normal snow blocks in order to do the lines. But then what do we want to make the tennis court material out of? I don't want it grass. We want this place, this area, to be sort of self-sufficient. If we make it out of grass, it means you need to have like caretakers and stuff like that to mow the grass and keep it in good condition, and this area certainly isn't for that. This is not a slums area, but sort of the teenage, you know, chill out area. So it's either orange clay for a more professional look, stone for a nice simple look, or cyan clay for a little bit of a darker look, or potentially blue as well. You can get blue tennis courts. We've got some blue over here. There's also the blue of the water, so it might not work, but it might work. I don't know. It's worth at least a couple of shots. So for the tennis court size, we want an area, a little bit of space behind, you know, where the fence is going to be before it starts. So let's say the corner of the first one is going to be right here. That gives us a little bit of side area for a fence. And the dimensions, I am really not quite sure. And we definitely need the out of bounds line. Out. We then need a middle part. That's a little bit too short. I think maybe there instead. And then what's that? 4 blocks between. I'll tell you the full dimensions in a moment. And then we have that one and that one. And that's good because we can fit another one in there. I wanted 2. So in total, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 blocks wide. For those of you that always get annoyed when I always forget to tell you what dimensions certain things are. I shall tell you the full length of it once I work it out. We're going to have this section down here. And yes, I do have Oh, that's not meant to go down the middle. I do have a image on a tennis court layout, so I sort of have a good idea, because I'm not always 100% sure on certain parts of a tennis court for some reason. I've built a few of them in Minecraft. We've got one on the cruise ship and stuff like that, but I always forget for some reason the shape of them. We do need a white one in the middle though, like that. Okay, then it breaks up here to wherever the middle is going to be. Now these sections are usually the same distance. So if we have 4 blocks in between, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have that is now the middle point. I'm going to put a block there to signify that that's the middle point, and that's where our net is. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. This one comes down here, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that one. That fits this corner finished. I think it's a pretty good scale for Minecraft. Minecraft, like sport things, are pretty hard to scale because we're working in like meter by meter blocks, so it can be a little bit tough. But if you think about like how big a tennis court is, sometimes people underestimate how big these things are. They're not like tiny little courts. They're not like a squash court where, you know, you don't really have enough room for even 2 people to be in. You need to run to get across to the other side quick enough. So yeah, this is perfect. Look, you know, server number 1, server number 2, ka-chunk, 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 ka-chunk. Yeah, no, that sounds about right. So, in this middle part now, what is that total length, though, for you guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 15 by 21. That's easy enough to remember, isn't it? Cobwebs we're going to use for the netting. I think it looks better than iron bars, because we're going to be using iron bars for the perimeter fence. So I don't want to use iron bars in the middle here, because that'll just look too much. I'm going to do them 2 blocks high. 2 blocks high is a little high. No, one block high, and then we'll use cobblestone walls. We'll use one with a line in it. Why not? On either end to look like the sort of net is tied to something. Wonderful. Now, I want the area around it to be a grey block. Not like a super plain grey. A clay. Clay could work. This isn't the area of the tennis court. It's the area. Yeah, clay will work. So if we go from here, which is where I want the perimeter fence to be, and I might as well go all the way up to this edge for the moment. Add a little bit on the back. In fact, replace grass with clay. Exactly how many blocks do we have before and after? We want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the fence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the fence. Okay. So we'll do that one. And that one. Okay, so we've got like 7 blocks in front of and behind. For the tennis court itself, let's try and get a colour that we like here. Let's first try cyan stained clay. So we want replace clay with 159.9. You know, that looks pretty good. That's definitely better than the clay on its own. That's the winner at the moment. Red sand is the next one, 12.1. Is it 12.1? 12.1? Oh, that's because it's, yeah. 159.9 with 12.1. That also looks really nice. I think I like that. I think I like that the best. I'm not even going to try any others. We're going to go with that. So, we want to now grab this tennis court and copy and paste just to make it a little bit quicker for us. Oops. Oops. No, that's not what I wanted to do at all. There to there. I'm going to stand on this corner, the very corner, and copy it. And, no, I should stand on this corner and copy it. And I'll tell you why. Because we want 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks on that between the path and here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's somewhere down on this line. This one. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 because it gets shorter here. So if I paste it here, we should have even space between that side and that side front and back. And I think the 2 is perfect. Let's now grab the iron bars to put the fence up all the way around the place. I want it the same height as the skate park, sorry, on the other side. So it's like 5 blocks high, 4 blocks high, 4 blocks high, 5 blocks high. Yes, 5 blocks high. And we shall fill all this in. Replace air with iron bar. It's actually the only slow part of doing this is a corner, and we've got a rounded corner here, so it's a little bit annoying, but it's still quicker than doing it by hand here. If the fence is only 1 block high, always do this by hand. Don't use world edit. It's a lot quicker by hand than clicking and T'ing and upping and entering. But anything higher than 1 block, it's quicker to use world edit. And once you get around the corner, it's super fast. From, oop, did I get that right? That one. To this one. That one. And you know what I might do? Is I might actually change the bottom block, the bottom iron fence, to a full block. I think it would actually look better. I was thinking about that when I'd finished off the episode to the skate park. So I'm going to give that a go. We want an entrance. Probably in the middle would be good. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks wide. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks wide. Take those away. Way that we can get in. Like, it looks good, but I think it could look better. Let's try it over here. If we went from there to there, set 98. So it looks, I think it looks pretty good from the inside, and from the outside, yeah, 100%. Okay, so we'll do that all the way around as well. That one and that one. Now, for the rest of the tennis court, it's pretty simple. It's just some benches. Some benches and some lights would be nice if we have like very similar light that we have in the skate park here. You know, the sort of top-down, almost street light looking appearance. I think that would work really well. And then I can move on to a quick talk. It's only going to be a little bit of a shorter episode than normal. Towards the front pier end of the island, I've got a couple of questions that I want to ask you. I've got a good idea on what I want to do, but I just want your approval, really, your input on this. I like to have, or you guys always have great input when it comes to anything, really, in Minecraft, so I never want to leave you out from a decision. I'll have that one. This one. Now, so we'll have the same sort of table design as what we have in the skate park. It gives 2 options for the kids to do out here. I might also, underneath the roads here, and underneath the bridges, we don't really have enough room to do a tall building, do we? Because obviously the road's there, the bridges are there. So, what about if we did make this side of the island, or this part of the island, a little bit, I'm not going to say slummy, that's the wrong word, we don't have slums anymore, really, anywhere, I don't think, but a little bit of a lower income residence. So we have the smaller, a little bit run down houses. I've got a really itchy nose. A little bit run down houses, but they'll fit underneath the bridges. I want also garage warehouses, you know, on like Grand Theft Auto 5, for example, if any of you guys play that. Some of the cheapest garages are always like underneath highways and stuff like that, and they're just like a row of different garages, and you just purchase one to put your cars in. That kind of thing, you know, with like little alleyways, a little bit of sort of, you know, a back alley sort of area, I think would be really good. And it really does incorporate the whole skate park and tennis court idea into it. It's a nice looking tennis court. It's definitely not a slummy looking one, but it's just going to suit the area. I think that's going to be a really fun area to build in. We'll grab some tables and, oh, itchy nose, and some chairs. No, what do we want? Bench. No, what are they called? I'll just grab them. That'll be easier. What are they? Wooden couch. I don't really class them as a couch, but okay. So we'll put a couple of these in the corners. We want to make sure the tables face the same way, because you can like change the direction of what way the wood goes for some reason. I don't think it's really that important, but okay. There. I don't mind if the table's off-center in comparison to it's not, but I don't care if it was off-center. I sort of like that look. So a couple of benches in there with some seats, I think works really well. And then let's just grab. I think I can actually just grab that to there. Copy. Now, those two face in different directions, but I think what we'll do is we'll have one right here. Yeah, it did work. Good. We shall rotate it by 90. We'll have one here. Oops, that's a little bit close. I didn't realize it was going to place it behind me. Like that. And I think that's good. Just a couple of lights in there just to sort of brighten it up a little bit. I think that's really cool, right? Nice, simple one. It looks great. It looks great on the map as well. Fills up a nice area that really couldn't be used for anything else. So yeah, fits that very well. Now, let's just fly over to the front here. I'm getting so many comments over not just recent videos, but also comments on older videos asking for a stadium. Hey, check this out. This is where a plane crashed and it made a dent. I filled most of it in, but I've got to do the others. So this road down here is where I want the stadium when we build the stadium. The stadium is most likely going to be built in a like sub-series, like how the cargo port was. You know how we done Let's Build a Cargo Port. I don't want to. I think it's going to take a little while at least. So we probably want to do it in its own series to not take episodes away from this series. But I'm not sure what stadium. My nose is so itchy. I don't know what stadium to do. I don't want to do a giant tennis court stadium. We've already got tennis courts. I don't want to have like a big setup like that. I don't want to do a soccer, or we call in the UK football, but in America you call football something else. I don't want to do a soccer stadium because I've done that on the last city. They look fantastic, football stadiums. I would love to do a football stadium, but because I've done it before, I don't want to do it again. I was thinking a basketball stadium could be a possibility. Like making a nice big basketball stadium. I think that could look nice. But the one that I'm most interested in doing is a baseball stadium. Why baseball stadium? Here in the UK, we don't even really have baseball. We have cricket. It's not the same. It's nothing really like baseball. You're hitting a ball with a bat. I suppose it's like similar in that way. But it is a little bit different. However, the baseball stadium, the iconic... You know, I don't know what shape you technically call it, but you know, like the diamond, I think they actually call it, shape, is really nice shape. It's difficult to do in Minecraft because obviously it has a curve, but I think the stadium could look so awesome out the front here. I don't know if I want to do it next to the pier. I don't think I want to do it next to the pier. I think I want to do it a little bit away. I think I want to have it somewhere here. Now, you might think that this isn't enough room to put a full-size stadium, grounds, car park, seating, commentary box, lights, all of that kind of thing that a stadium needs. And you're right, there isn't. But I don't mind bringing the island out a little bit to suit it. In fact, I think it could look beautiful to actually have the stadium that comes into the ocean a little bit, and like the wall out here actually is like going down into the ocean, like the side of the stadium. That could look really, really cool. Or we add a little bit of grass or sand or whatever around it. I don't know. We'll have to see when we really get there. But I think about here is where I want it. It's a nice straight road, a nice main road, so people can get here. We can have either the car park on the back side and have like a nice long car park there, or we can integrate a car park beside the stadium. I don't know. We might even have both. Stadium's an important part. You need a lot of car parking spaces for it. Our city is going to be baseball mad. I've never built a baseball stadium in Minecraft either, which is why I sort of want to do it. And I did have a look, because at first I was thinking of basketball stadium. But the only trouble with basketball stadium is that the stadiums themselves really aren't that interesting. Inside the stadium, you've got the basketball court, which isn't really that much of an interesting looking court. It's got a lot of lines on it, but we don't really have that option in Minecraft to do those kind of lines. Sure, we can do basketball hoops, sort of, but they don't look the greatest in the world. You know, it's just what we can do with Minecraft. The seating is just wooden slats in basketball usually, so they're not really that important or look that good. Yes, it has a scoreboard, but so does every other sport. And the outside of a basketball stadium isn't as impressive as a baseball stadium or a football stadium, or soccer, or even American football stadium. I did think about American football. You can do the lines, we can do like the bars, where you kick it over the try lines or whatever you call them, and the seating and stuff like that. It's very similar to a soccer stadium, to be honest. In fact, they're like exactly the same as a soccer stadium, just with a different pitch. Basically, I think they're roughly the same. No, I don't think they are the same size. But I know some stadiums can be used for both. Like, they have both things, and they just take like the goalposts out if they want American football. So yeah, I don't like the outside of basketball stadiums. When I googled them, none of them were that nice looking. They didn't have like fancy shielding and roofs and lights and stuff like that. They were relatively basic. I'm sure there's some really nice ones out there, but from what I was looking at, they weren't really that interesting. They didn't give me any inspiration. As soon as I googled basketball stadiums, suddenly a lot of inspiration came flooding in, and I had some really cool ideas. I don't know when I'm going to do it. I don't know if it's going to be this month, next month, month after, whatever. I'm just getting some ideas. I want some feedback for what you guys think. I think we'll probably go with a baseball stadium, but maybe you guys have some ideas on what we could add to the baseball stadium. Maybe you've got some images, so your favorite team, if you do support baseball. Send in a picture via Twitter or the Facebook in the description below. You can't link links on YouTube. It just puts them into a spam box automatically. So either Facebook or Twitter, you can send me a link to like your favorite stadium picture, baseball stadium or something like that. And point out like the parts that you like, and maybe I can integrate like a bunch of different baseball stadiums together to make like the ultimate one with a load of really cool features. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. We shall see you in the next episode.